Elmo is uncomfortable.
If it was uncomfortable, maybe you should go somewhere else.
Hey, Bert. Hey, Bert. Tickle me. Elmo touched me in a bad place. Hey, Bert.
Oh, hey, Bert. Welcome back to another episode of AK-47 Radio, brought to you by a mixture of the Muppets and Sesame Street if they were involved in a color revolution and had killed all the teachers.
I mean,
as always, you have Comrade
we're going to start it off that way. Okay.
All right, then.
Comrade Commissar Will is here to make sure that all the teachers are actually dead. Remember, this is China in the 1950s. Don't worry about it too much. We have Skyline Shooter, also known as Mikhail General Gonsalves, Astronaut Man.
It's going to be one of those nights.
Of all the introductions I've gotten, that's one of them.
And here, with not enough time to prepare, thus just having diarrhea of the mouth, and about to eat this chicken burrito bowl, MRE, is me, Mario.
It's a me.
It's a me.
No, it's a
Luigi.
Me. Wait, nobody
My
cares
brother
about
Mario. Fuck that princess girl, and I have to do it myself now.
Things are getting weird.
Getting? Where have you been?
On that kind of day.
It's been that kind of podcast.
It has definitely been that kind of day, and it is turning into that kind of podcast.
No, to be clear, it has always been that kind of podcast.
Oh, Mike, you must have changed your lighting because Dusky's asking if you got a new camera.
No, it's the sun's about to go down behind the mountains in another hour or so, so it's shining nice and bright through the one window.
It does. I will say it looks, not that it looked bad before, but it does look more betterer.
Much more betterer.
My lighting still looks like a morgue.
Yes, you can see exactly how red I look. It's wonderful.
I mean, people think ginger is just about the hair. It's not. It's also skin.
Yeah,
it's a whole different race.
It really is. I'm what you would call a daywalker.
I don't like that.
I also walk at night, but
Well, I'm glad you're also old and you get tired easily, so you don't walk late at night.
Yeah, me too, because 9 o'clock, I could go out at 9 o'clock, but there's really nothing going on, or at least nothing going on I want to be a part of.
Valid.
So I may as well just go to bed.
Hombres, did they change the chicken burrito bowl, or the chicken burrito bowls I've been eating so old that they changed color?
Yes.
Okay. All I have to say is this one looks, fresh and somewhat appetizing, and I'm used to them looking kind of like gray sludge.
I'm going to go ahead and guess that you've been eating...
Well, I didn't die. Did it kill me?
So when they say package date January 2025, yeah, sure, they may have packaged the MRE on January 2025, but that doesn't mean that the contents within were packaged themselves on January 2025. Your actual entree may have been packaged in January of 2001.
Well, my other phone is saying that my internet is back down again, so I'm assuming since I'm still here I'm fine, but we'll see how long that lasts.
You're gonna die.
I mean, yeah, one day, just not.
We all
soon
don't
enough.
die.
Borrowing a line from a very important, very treasured mutual friend of all ours. Statistically, I'm still immortal. That would be Aaron from We Like Shooting.
I mean,
he used to say that. Statistically, I'm immortal. I'd be like, well, you're not wrong.
Well, yes, but actually, right. No.
All right, so.
Do we have anything real to talk about tonight, or are we just going to make Muppet references?
How's it going? Are you calling Aaron from We Like Shooting a Muppet?
No, that would be an insult to Muppets.
Ooh, fair.
Oh, that's so
It just comes right in
Love
with
you,
it.
Aaron.
Aaron doesn't listen to us.
I know, but I still.
We still love Aaron.
Bros have to give bros shit, but we have to make sure that we know that it's just shit giving.
Hoes before bros.
So
So how you all doing?
Well, today, they decided. So I've been teleworking for months because reasons, and my ISP decided that today was the day that they needed to break my internet that wasn't broken because whatever fuck it's the same thing as the automatic updates that you can't deny on your phone. I don't fucking get it. My shit was working just fine before. Don't fuck with it. But they decided today was the day to break my shit in the name of fixing it. So my internet was broken. And the fact that I'm here right now is kind of a fucking miracle because under an hour ago, I did not have Wi-Fi and was not going to be on the show. So there's that.
So close.
I know.
Yeah.
We almost made it.
Yeah, I know.
I think the chat wants to fornicate with Mike.
I mean,
Dr.
But
Scary
why?
Guy, Dr. Scary Guy over here is pretty much just narrating a noir film,
But why?
and Mike's the femme fatale.
Can
because
you not?
because the look on your face says that you need a good lay, and even if it's a gay lay, it's still a lay.
That's the most disturbingly accurate thing I've ever heard.
Mike's like, man, any hole's a goal, even if it's one of mine.
Gross.
Yep, we're tonight's one of those nights, guys. I called it.
And straight into the mountain. Now I
So-
understand why that pilot wings, or whatever German wings pilot, the one who crashed his Airbus into the French Alps. Now I get it. Now I understand.
Crash it with a bunch of people on board.
You know that I don't get. But maybe his pilot buddy
Oh.
said something to him right before he got up to go to the pisser, and he was like, and gave him just like a nice old ribbing, and the co-pilot was like, all right, well, if that's how you feel,
Watch this.
it's the ultimate fuck you.
Did you see? This is. I shouldn't be
I
laughing
mean-
about this. Did you hear about the dude who recently just ran? I mean, I think it was
Yes.
yesterday. Ran onto DIA's runway into a Frontier jet.
Yes.
At least he didn't take the whole jet down with him. But like, damn, man.
Right.
I know maybe times are rough, but that's how you chose to do it.
I don't even know if he necessarily intended on killing himself, because the jet was going so fast and the guy was just crossing the runway like he was trying to cross the runway, and then the jet comes out of nowhere at 100 knots and creams him. Like either he was suicidal and that's what he wanted, but he was in a full-on like jog across the runway when he got T-boned by a jet. Like,
There was
it's not
also
like
the
he was standing
semi.
out in the runway going, come on, get me. Because if I was trying to kill myself with a jet, I'd either stand on the runway directly in
Just
front
jump
of
in front of the
intake or in
engine.
front of the nose wheel. But that's what happened. The engine
There-
tagged him.
There was also the plane, not the plane, the semi that was just driving down the highway, and the plane was coming in for a landing at the airport a little too low, and the plane caught the semi and flipped the fuck out of it recently.
My parents got hit by an airplane that way.
I saw the video of that. It actually wasn't near as bad as the video inside the truck made it seem. Now, granted, yes, the plane got hit, or the truck got hit by a plane, but the wheels like barely just bounced off the roof of the trailer, and it knocked all the cameras off onto their sides. It was enough to dismount them, and
I'm
so it
just
made it
saying.
seem like it rolled the truck. But
I'm just
It was-
saying that's the vehicle equivalent of bringing a knife to a gunfight.
right, like when you're talking sheer tonnage, jet versus truck, like, yeah, a light love tap is still gonna hurt.
So this is before I was born, but in Falcon,
Like
Colorado,
most things.
a lot of things. But in Falcon, Colorado, there's that little
Logic.
airport. You know which airport I'm talking about.
Oh yeah, that like little, yeah.
So go down Highway 24. I don't remember what they were driving, but a low flying small aircraft ripped the roof off of my parents' car.
Holy crap.
That's why there's a sign.
I mean, there might be because
No,
that
there is a sign,
No,
and that's
I'm saying
why.
that
That's
might
your
be because,
parents' sign.
ripped the roof right off their car. I mean, if the damn thing had been 1 foot lower, you'd be spared of me. But
Damn
oh
it.
shit,
We were almost spared of Will, almost spared of Sam. It would have been the Mike show.
Oh God, we'd all be fucked. Well,
Nah.
everybody except me and Sam
Based on
would
what
be
happened-
fucked.
based on what happened to him today, we were 6 inches from being without a mic too. So
I mean, that's also valid.
Based on the comments, I'd still be fucked.
Yeah, but at least maybe you'd enjoy that.
Uh-oh, my headphones fell off.
Oh fuck. Oh,
Okay.
other than my internet troubles, the only other thing that I did was I went and helped do what bros do for bros and do things and move shit. But I got ammo can out of the deal. And I went and did social things and am
Ew.
still dealing with the social hangover from doing social things almost 72 hours later. Actually, 72 hours later. So,
Social things sound yucky, and I don't wanna.
yeah, well, I did the thing because I care about people, and despite my best efforts, I still care about some people.
I mean, totally get that. You've got to care about people, and you've got to show up for your people that you care about.
Oh, I don't have to. That's what makes it harder because I'm choosing to. But these
Yikes.
people care about me, so
I wouldn't count on it.
I
I'm one of
mean,
these- I'm one of these.
also fucking valid.
I'm one of these people.
Oh no, I helping you with a couch was very different than going to do social things. That wasn't
Technically-
social.
Technically, it was 2 couches and a love seat.
Listen, where you did it is your business. Let's move on in the show.
We had to move. We had to spread it out throughout the house. A little bit on the porch, a little bit on the front lawn, a little bit in the garage, some in the back of the truck too.
Pivot.
And then there was the basement stuff,
Basement.
which was the stuff we don't talk about.
That was basement too.
Anyway, Mike, what did you do this week?
Pivot. I participated in my ranges monthly match. Shot my PCC. It went pretty okay, I would say. Biggest issue was my accuracy. The very first stage, it was a
You missed. How could you miss? He was
Wait.
3 feet in front of you.
Wait, so you're saying that accuracy is the hardest thing to get right when you're shooting guns? Wow, this changes my entire worldview.
I didn't realize that was such a novel concept, but let me continue down this path
Oh,
of
looking cool.
such ingenuity.
Looking cool is both the hardest and most important part.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if you get all
Valid.
mics.
We only have one, and that's too many.
He's
I got-
referring to a comment about lady comrades, but we're going to leave it up to the audience to decide who's the lady.
And who's the comrade? Anyway, very first stage was one of those. The runners of this match like to switch it up, and they'll inevitably have a stage where you shoot it shoot one part freestyle, one part strong hand, one part weak hand. Well, since I shoot PCC, I just go ahead and they can't make you shoot a stage holding the rifle with one hand. So PCC gets
They
just
should.
a cheater
That'd be so
break.
cool.
I mean, it kind of would be, but I just shoot the strong hand side as normal, just as a normal rifle, and then you have to transition to left shoulder dominant rifle or just basically whichever side you normally hold the rifle. Like if you're right hand dominant, you hold the trigger part of the rifle in your right hand. You have to transition it over to hold the trigger part of the trigger, the pistol grip, everything with your left hand, and your right hand down the grip or down the barrel of the rifle. So I've been working on that particular transition with PCC in particular. So as in the video that I took, the transition I went through actually went pretty smoothly. I didn't think about it whatsoever, and I just shot the weak side fairly well, I would say. And then the other two stages, they were just fast and fun, and I don't want to yammer on all night about it, other than they were fast and fun. So I placed 6th out of, I think, 20. So that not too shabby, I would say.
Not too bad.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It's just showing up the accuracy, and shoring up the accuracy comes from relaxing. One of the biggest things that happened that night that I realized was I wasn't focusing. One of the things I learned in ACE is if I just focus my breath, take a deep breath, and go in, and in my head, just calm, relax, like shoot all the stress and anxiety out of my fingertips, whatever in my head I have to do, so that when the timer goes off, I'm nice and relaxed, and I don't go, oh shit, and fumble fuck everything. I need to start doing that more before I'm actually shooting in a match. I learned how to do this through ACE, but I'm still getting back into the swing of things with matches. So
I say this as, I mean, but for those that don't, I'm not a competitor type like you are. I compete against myself every time I go to the range, but
I must be best. I am his best. Why you know best? Be better.
Something
against myself, and fuck if I don't always lose.
Something you just brought up is something that I think is important to just take to heart with everything, especially if you're carrying a gun or you have a gun for home defense or whatever. Something I struggle with. Just take that deep breath, take the moment, let yourself relax when you need it and when you can, because if you find yourself in that moment where there is stress, where there's shit going on, whether it's work, whether it's an argument with your wife, or for the gays out there with your husband, that's cool too, or somebody breaking into your house, because let's be honest, nobody here is a woman, so you either have a husband or a wife.
Well, to be fair, I think like 2.5% of people who see our Instagram posts claim to be women, which means they're really just men who need to stop being fucking creepy on the internet.
So my point stands. So it's okay to take that deep breath, take that moment, like, because you don't know when somebody breaks into your house while you're doing a podcast, and now you have to go shoot somebody because they broke into your house and they're threatening you, and it's going to be on at least audio, if not video. Like, you don't fucking know.
Sweet. Wait, let me turn my camera around.
I mean, I'm just saying.
So that, to further hearken the point unnecessarily, in Krav on Saturday, it was my first sparring class, and I'd never done that before, nor did I know that was a thing. However, my instructor was, he asked me if it was okay to go ahead and order the pads and gloves that you need for sparring, because it's going to be a normal thing. And I was like, yeah, absolutely. And then, I had this conversation with him before, and Will, I think I've had it with you. When I got my black belt in Okinawa, the Japanese, hang on one sec.
Oh, wow. He says, hang on. For those that have been listening or watching, that's what I was.
Go ahead.
No, I was going to say that was the social thing that I did on Saturday. Is a student that was a no belt, brand new beginner
Oh, nice.
When I was her instructor, got her black belt, and she outranks me now, and that's on me. That's a whole other conversation, not getting into that, but that's what I was doing. It was a celebratory party for her getting her black belt, and that was super cool.
Nice, dude.
That
That's
was my
awesome.
time filler while you said, hold on.
Congrats to her. The child came in to say goodnight, so I had to.
Oh, yeah.
And she was just standing there, like waiting for me to finish my story. And we know how I am with stories, so I decided, you know what? Let's just put it on pause.
Valid.
Give her the Three Stooges little finger poke.
She goes like, "Boop." So yeah, on Krov, at Krov, not on Krov, at Krov, we did a sparring day and back to Okinawa. Got my black belt there. I learned from a Japanese 8th degree, Akamine Sensei, and he had a 6th degree under him who was an American who had been living on the island for the last 25 or 30 years, something like that. He married a Japanese local. They had a kid. Like he was a good guy. Basically, I learned a lot of the initial stuff from Weichiru through Bob because Sensei didn't really speak much English. The extent of his English was Micah-san, right punch, left punch, stuff like that. And like very, very Mr. Miyagi, except way less English. So
Micah-san, why you gay? Why are you gay?
So, I just pictured him saying that you're a fuckface.
Micah-san, why you fuckface?
So Bob liked to talk. So Bob would explain a movement, and then Bob would talk about the movement and repeat talking about the movement and repeating talk about the movement for a good hour. And I'm like, can we just get on with the movement? And because I learned by doing, let me do it. Talk about it, let me do it, and then I'll learn faster. And so unfortunately, because Bob didn't know how to shut his mouth and let someone do, I didn't really get any sparring in my journey to black belt. The only sparring I got was during my low brown belt, high brown belt, and black belt tests, where I sparred one of the higher degrees and basically proved I could block and kick. My high brown belt test, I took a nice punch straight to the eye socket. It was my first ever black eye. It was pretty cool.
When I did my equivalent, because some Krav disciplines do belts, some do patches. At the time we were doing patches. When I did my green belt equivalent test back when we were doing patches, I got 2 concussions in one night.
Oh, Jesus. So let me land the plane here where this is all going.
Just don't hit a car on the way down.
Or a UPS truck. Or a human. All things that have happened within recent weeks, which is unfortunate. Anyway. So instead of the sparring, I like one of the things Bob liked to say was I've got to relax. And this was long before I figured out a lot of things about myself and why I don't relax. But it was really tough for me to figure out what the hell he was talking about. I was like, I am relaxed. No, I wasn't. I was tense as fuck. I just didn't understand that. So I'm trying to relax. And I get what he was saying, and I've always got that in the back of my head. Relax. You've got to relax. Okay, cool. I got it now. Now I know what relaxed feels like. So now fast forward back to Krav, where I'm doing something I've had very little experience in, and it's all thanks to Bob and his big mouth. And I'm very, very tense. And I'm at the end of it, I'm like, fuck, that whole time I was so tense. I'm gassed. I feel like I'm going to throw up. Like, dude, I need to figure out how to fucking relax in Krav too. Otherwise,
do you want me to tell you the answer?
How to relax?
It's the same thing as shooting. Because we've had this conversation. Slow is smooth, smooth is fast applies to everything, but the way you apply it to shooting is the same way you should apply it to martial arts. When I first started doing Krav, fucking well over a decade ago, we would do what we called down and dirties at the beginning of every single class. And down and dirties is basically the only rules are no closed fist punches and no elbows. But if you hit me with 50% of your power, I'm going to hit you with 50% of mine. But because I've been doing this longer and my technique is better, my 50% is going to hurt way the fuck more than your 50%. And you're not going to know how to block it
or take it.
Yeah. So it's the same concept. I asked my instructor one day, so how are you? Because I'm thinking about these punches and I'm thinking about how to block this and I'm thinking about how to do that and what's my next move. And my brain is just all over the place. What are you thinking about to be so good to beat my fucking ass every goddamn time? And he says, I'm thinking about what I'm going to have for dinner after this is over tonight, because it's so instinctive. If I'm thinking about it, I'm already behind the curve.
Yeah. A lot of we just watched Top Gun a couple of days ago, actually. I wanted to show it to my daughter for the first time.
Oh,
and
nice.
Maverick's quote, if you think up there, you're dead. He says, you don't have time to think up there. If you think, you're dead. And that's very true. Like that is my biggest problem, is trying to overthink it. And you're right. I know how to throw the things,
and
but I don't know how to
thing that teaches you that bit.
Yeah.
Also, I'm a big fan of not using pads for sparring, which is why I kind of cringed when you said that, even though my school currently does do pads for fucking everything. I hate pads. Shin guards and gloves can get fucked because that's the pussy way, but whatever.
Well,
I have different opinions than my instructor. So
the other students in the Krav class, aside from this one guy, the one guy that has been going at least the last couple times I've been, he's the one I first sparred with, and like I gave him a good shot right in the forehead, but it was a I know my power and my control. It was a boop, just bonked him on the forehead instead of it. And I was like, oh, my bad. And he's like, that's all right. That's what we're here to do. And I was like, wait, I'm so confused as to what we're actually doing right now.
Yeah.
It's nice. And then I talked to instructor afterwards and he was like, oh yeah, you like get some. I was like, oh, all right, deal.
Yeah.
It's on next time.
Not to continue to drown Sam out. I do have something else to say, but
you two need to start your own like freaking Krav podcast. That's all I gotta say.
Ooh, I mean, I'd be
Kravma podcast.
Kravcast.
Oh,
Kravcast radio.
No, Kravma podcast.
No,
okay, whatever.
I like anyway, hey, shooting is a martial art. Krav is a martial art. Karate is a martial art. All the things
killing all the hostages is martial art.
So would I be able to call myself a mixed martial artist at this point, since I'm now
you're too white.
Numerous different forms?
You're too white. You don't have any mixed race in you, sir.
Oh, fair enough. Oh, I do want to. So I watched Under Siege 2 while I was in Okinawa, and after I'd been hearing Bob tell me, relax, 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 relax. And I watched Under Siege 2, and the part where Steven Seagal is like all doing hand shit on the train and like knifing people and stuff like that, you can actually see in his face he's actually very relaxed. He's not tense. He's not trying to push through things. He's very confident in his abilities. And that was also my first inkling of, that's what Bob's telling me, and I don't know how to do that. So anyway, yes, there's a rifle called the AR. We talk about it sometimes. Oh, wait, sorry, wrong rifle. Off to Gulag with me.
Hey, get the fuck out of here, Stoner. Holy crap. So you ever want to know about the mouthfeel of a Glock 20? Because I do right now.
Is it similar to the mouthfeel of a Glock 17?
Mouthfeel is Fluxrator. So I have absolutely zero productive dad tonight, but you two earlier today,
he's going to set us off again.
Talking, but I'm going to set you off again. which we should have done fucking.
Hey, this podcast is really more about preparedness than it is about a specific type of weapon, and knowing how to fight with something that's not a gun, like your body or a stick or something, does fall into that category.
Don't mind me.
This podcast is about my ego. Try again, sir.
No, you think everything's about your ego. You can get
Because
fucked.
it is. Everything's about my ego. Anyway. Oh, my optic's dead. Speaking of fucking dead optics, what a damn segue. So here I am looking through my Flux Raider, and my Gideon Omega on top of it has no battery life left in it, apparently. What would you do in this situation? Because you know what I can do? I can drop my eyeball down and see an itty bitty little iron sight through there. And you two started arguing earlier today about the idea of backup iron sights on a rifle, which is Will's hill to die on. My hill to die on is having two aiming systems on a serious use weapon. So be it an LPVO and a red dot, or an LPVO and iron sights. You take that slightly differently. For me, it's just I need one. I'm comfortable with one form of backup. Unless it's just iron sights. I don't think you need iron sights to go with your iron sights, but you do.
I've got backup irons for my irons.
Yeah, I agree. That's
although fun fact.
I've got iron sights on the top, and I've got 45-degree iron sights.
And on a 45-degree offset with another 45-degree offset, I've got iron sights so I can see it at a 90.
So fun fact though, this was ages ago. Had to be close to 10 years ago. I saw this. I think it was AK Operators Union on YouTube had brought some Russian dudes who were ostensibly Spetsnaz of some kind over to do some training in the US, and they did the kind of let's shoot guns at people while they're shooting type of thing, which is a little sketch. But one interesting thing they brought up, which I have tried before, I guess it works, is, I guess if the iron sight's on your AK break, you can turn the rifle sideways and use the charging handle as a point of reference for shooting inside 25 yards.
I have seen similar things with specifically a Glock slide, because it's so squared off that you can turn it at a 45-degree angle and use that corner of the slide.
So I guess your irons do have extra irons.
Yeah. But anyway, what Sam's getting at, and I would like Mike to go first, but I'll just lay the groundwork for those listening, is different opinions about sighting systems and how we think fighting guns should be set up. But I'm going to do the Socratic thing first, and I'm going to define terms. In my opinion, a fighting gun is a firearm that you would use for self-defense, home defense, or Red Dawn kind of thing. But that doesn't include things like a sniper rifle or a light machine gun or something else like that. Like, it's specifically I would use this for both self-defense and for offense in the correct situation. So Mike, sighting systems in that category of gun, your thoughts, because we differ.
I have a Glock in my safe next to my bed that does not have a light on it because I have no holsters that are light bearing, because I have no carry guns that have lights on them, because I carry a flashlight in my pocket, because flashlights are one of those things that are always I'll get one or two of those when I have some extra money, but I've always got other shit to buy.
And that part is valid. I get that. You also have nods and I don't. So
I mean, I really
in the same boat on two different places.
I have a night vision camera with 2 dead batteries and no live batteries. But Sam's the one with the fancy schmancy nice awesomeness. He just let me borrow his Aurora because he really doesn't give a shit about it anymore now that he has done. And let's be fair, that's fair. So giving that as a baseline for what a fighting gun in my house is, I did put night sights on that gun. For that reason and the fact that Glock sights are shitty. They're effective, they work, but they're shitty.
Will not disagree.
So night sights are made of metal, which is cool. One of the things that I learned about reloading is that sometimes the press doesn't always size the brass properly because it busted loose, and you might get a piece of brass that fat manned its way into the chamber, and now you got a stuck slide, and the only way to unstuck that slide is to really put the rear sights against the bench or something else hard and give the grip a good jam and unseat that stuck motherfucker. The Glock plastic slides not so great for that. I felt the more I did that, the quicker they were going to break, but now I don't got that problem with night vision. Anyway, moving on to the topic at hand, away from my divergence. Understanding that level of preparedness, the rifle that I absolutely would pull out of the safe and quote unquote take to war right now has flip up rears and an EOTech XPS2 on it. I would like it to have a magnifier. I have been talking to Dooley from the AR-15 podcast about which might be the good magnifier to go, or which route might be the good way to go.
And I guess this is less about what the ideal setup is, because I have the ideal setup for me in my mind, but like you said, money matters. So it's not, oh, hey, this is what I have because money dictates this is what I have. It's more of a, like for me, every fighting gun does, I don't care if it's a whatever, it deserves iron sights and a light at a minimum. And if it's a long gun, it deserves a sling. And I don't care if it's an AR with an LPVO on top of it. I throw a thermal clip on, throw a LAM, laser aiming module with visible infrared lasers and infrared illuminator, throw a bipod, whatever. If it's a fighting rifle, it needs fucking irons. I do not give a shit. That is the first thing that gets put on it, and that's my opinion. That's kind of what I'm getting at. It's more of a, do you need to put irons on your gun or not debate.
And that's where I'm glad you managed to take it there, because I would have just kept going off into the ether.
I know, that's why I did it.
Like, your perspective on this needed to be said so that people could understand my ether perspective. So that being said, my fighting rifle, the one I'd take right now, has a XPS2, and it has a flip up rear with the fixed front post, like a lot of
GWAT kind of
stuff. I mean, I bought the rifle in 2012, so that tells you.
Yeah, that's valid.
But I still love that rifle. That's the one I'd take. It has irons. It has an optic. That's what I would expect out of an actual battle rifle. Two different. The important thing here, though, is two different sighting mechanisms. Again, money's important here, but I have to make a very, very obvious point in LPVOs. Number one, backup irons on an LPVO don't make sense. They don't work.
They don't.
Unless you put them at a 45, which I don't want to be trying to sight irons in the heat of battle at a 45. Like, just give me a fucking red dot. A red dot is faster at a 45, so what's the point? So if you have an LPVO on your rifle, there's absolutely no need for irons. And the reason I say this is after witnessing the abuse that Sam put the Gideon Optics Guardian through, like literally beat it to dog shit, bent it all to hell, shot it, and it was still relatively zeroed. And even with cracked lenses and, bent to shit and everything, he was still getting hits on steel. So when your optic gets that fucked up, but is still battle effective, why do you need irons?
And that's Dusky in the chat said QD all the LPVO, and that's my point, is irons although you can still fuck irons up, don't get me wrong. You bash it around enough shit happens. Everything mechanical has a failure point, but irons have the least failure points in terms of there's no glass to shatter, there's no batteries to go dead, there's no nothing except for them getting physically damaged. And I think, yes, if I have an LPVO on, let's say, because, okay, my ideal do everything, which we know is not a real thing, but for the sake of argument, my go to ideal money doesn't matter setup is a 12.5 with an LPVO, a top dot, a side dot, a light, a sling, a hand stop, a lamb for when I get nods. Like, okay, cool. I have this whole thing built out in my fucking brain, but that motherfucker will absolutely require iron sights because, and that it will also, the LPVO will require a QD mount. I don't want to have to pull a fucking screwdriver out to pull it off. Flip a lever or two, pull it off. I can still at least use the iron sights because I do not want to find myself in a situation with a rifle that I can't fucking shoot accurately. And iron sights are small, they're cheap, they're easy, they have the least maintenance requirement of any sighting system. They can't, well, if you get good ones, they won't wander zero. They can't die because there's no battery. They can't get broken as easily as a optic with glass can. So it is the ultimate fail-safe backup. It takes almost no weight, almost no space. I will not have a fighting gun that doesn't have irons. And that's my point.
I think it's just going to be a difference of opinion on.
And this is an argument
at this point, because I mean,
yeah, this is an argument for the sake of being pedantic. This isn't a real argument.
I don't think you're necessarily wrong, but at the same time, I maybe it's just lack of experience with them, but I'm very, we'll call it camera shy when it comes to QD mounts. Like I'm maybe it is the FUD in me, but there's still something in me. It's like, oh, took optic off rifle. Now optic no longer zeroed.
So I guess that's kind of also the point is, okay, yeah, there's one thing if you're a tester and you're taking it off, putting it back on, taking it off, putting back on, just like taking a suppressor off a gun and putting it back on. Right. It's probably going to change your point of impact. But if we're talking about a gun you go and train with a shit ton, you're not taking that thing off. It's there as a QD so that if your scope, your LPVO, let's say, gets shattered and you can't see through it anymore, or you knock it hard enough that it loses zero and it's not reliable anymore, well, pull it the fuck off. It's not a off and on kind of thing. It's a, oh, I still have another sighting system in place in case something happens to my primary.
And like, sure, you could make the argument for flip ups on a system with an LPVO, but in a lot of cases, like my SIG 5.56 was a good case where on a riser it was way too high off the rifle, so I put it on low mounts and it was on the rail.
Yeah.
If you have a low mount behind that and it's on the rail, now you have an optic on the rail and a low mount right in your eyeball. And I mean, I'm just being pedantic here for the sake of
that's what we're doing.
But at the same time, a lot of the the dragon mount, what do you call them? The AR standard AR mounts for LPVOs at this point,
like a lower 1/3.
No, the angled ones.
Cantilever?
Yeah, cantilever mounts.
Wow.
Yeah. Most rifles seem to work really, really well with a cantilever mount, and that a cantilever mount on most rifles eliminates my single rifle use case argument. But I'm just being pedantic. Like there are cases where I can't see it.
But I also see like there are builds out there, and please, Sam, jump in at any time.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm just
'Cause-
waiting to bitch slap you all with the punchline at the end.
Oh, okay. So I've seen a lot of builds where people are like, okay, well, I'm building this super short 300 blackout that's got like a 9-inch barrel. And so the handguard's super short, and I want to be able to use it with night vision. So the first thing that I decided to discard was irons. And I'm like, no, fuck
As a
that.
nod nerd, you at that point you have to make a sacrifice somewhere. And that
Yeah.
sacrifice is going to be
But you're also
Right.
probably not putting an LPVO on a 300 blackout.
probably not, but even so, your priority list when it comes to having night vision changes because laser box definitely
Yes.
takes priority over iron sights. Like if there
I
comes down to it, it's like I have to sacrifice something. The iron sight's gonna out the window because
and I can see
have to
that
have a means
thought.
of seeing with
I
my
can see that thought process, especially if you're building a gun that is okay. This gun is only for night fighting with night
Dusky's gonna get
vision.
mad. GBRS Hydra Mount Dusky.
Straight to gulag.
Hey, where's the gulag button? Get out of here, fool.
Why don't we
Yeah.
have a gulag button?
We
Why
should.
don't we have a gulag noise?
We need a gulag. Oh fuck! What do they call the people in charge of the prison?
Wardens?
Yes, we need a gulag warden, moderator
So the
for
front,
comments like that.
the GBRS Hydra mount is made. Oh, there's another company that makes a similar mount, but without all the cringe.
You can
that
also
is
3D
essentially-
print the things.
It is made for short ass guns to pull your optics, essentially, including your laser, up off the rail to give you a little bit more room, essentially. And they're fine. The problem is they're a niche product. And when I see dudes putting them on full length rifles, it's very much just like, why? And then GBRS is a company
Niche
that's
product.
very cringe. So
Also, that yes,
it
that's-
kind of just
that's
it's just
the
a big,
bigger problem,
it's a
honestly.
big tainted pile. I'm just like, I don't want anything to do with it.
But I mean, the idea is, for me, iron sights go on first. Everything else has to work around the iron sights. A really good example, and one of the reasons I know it's expensive as shit, and again, money is a real thing. I don't even own a lamb right now, so I'm not sitting here being judgmental. I'm just saying one of the things I love about one of the most expensive lambs on the market, which is the B. Myers Mall,
Yep.
is that it goes off at a 45-degree angle and hugs the rail on a standard AR. So it doesn't take up nearly as much rail space. You can still put a front flip up iron in front of where it mounts to the rail and use it, and you don't get any of the issues you would get with something like an Ingall or
Well, most of them are short enough that the M-bus sites will clear them.
yeah, but you still would get shadow, and it still takes up more top rail space.
Oh, that's
I
where
mean-
you put like on my AR, which is not hanging behind me, which we'll get to.
Yeah,
AK.
you would put the iron behind, but I'm also, again, this is me being pedantic. I want the iron as far forward on that fucking rail as I can get it, which means it has to go in front of the lamb, which means if it's a top mounted lamb that does all the things from the top and not from the side, again, I love them all for my own fucked up autistic reasons.
Yeah,
Can
it just
I
cost too damn much?
can I ask an ignorant question and say, were those things not designed to work around the front sight posts of
Not
M16s
anymore.
and later early
lot of them-
M4s?
A lot of the we're talking your your PEC lasers, so your PEC 15, your PEC 2,
Two.
yeah, PEC 2s, the Engalls, so on. A lot of the military contract ones are. A lot of the civilian ones are not.
Mm.
Like
Because in the
the
civilian space, we've moved on from front sight posts. So, like my LS-117 back there goes
or the
straight down
SMS
the hole,
Trinity.
or the
Mm.
SMS, or any of the Hollow Sun ones.
What's
my-
Hop's favorite one that has the two things you can screw head
oh,
caps
that's
into?
the- CIV or something like that.
Yeah.
Whatever. But the point is, yeah, a lot of the civilian ones are straight down the bore, because for zeroing your laser, having it, literally at the 12 o'clock of your bore is a little bit easier than having it off at
Yeah.
fucking
And
2:30.
then
Yeah,
you don't have
no.
to deal with holdovers or hold sides and shit.
Yeah, that makes total sense.
Well,
The
that
hold
depends on your
sides are-
philosophy on how you zero your laser.
And then there's also that.
I am an infinite converging zero guy, because it's the easiest to do, and realistically, I'm not taking shots at more than 100 fucking yards. So if my point of aim and point of impact at 50 yards is an inch off, because the laser is going to converge at 100 yards, it don't bother me too much.
It no matter, because you have Minute of Man.
Yeah. And that's, again, this is all a super pedantic discussion, but
I have meter of comrade.
it is
He ate a lot.
also
He's
time
meter
filler.
wise.
So
So, oh wow, this chair's squeaky.
So
Y'all
I
are
wanna-
wrong.
let me argue one more point for Will, and then I'll be wrong. So an LPVO with a side mount, a 45 offset red dot. Yeah, if your LPVO glass gets shattered, that's a bad thing. It's highly unlikely that the dot also took the same trauma that the scope did. So your dot would most likely still be usable. Now you do have a point. Like, the irons are the least likely to break off. Even the M-bus ones that are made of plastic, they're still less likely to break off laid down than the glass getting shattered in a red dot or something like that. Like, some of the cheaper dots have really shitty glass too, like cracks if you look at them wrong. But that's the only argument I'd make, is that an LPVO going down and having a red dot that I can still be accurate with out to 100 yards at least, that would be my go-to.
yeah. And I'm also, again, I'm being very pedantic. I'm making a FUD argument. I totally understand that. I'm not saying that, if you decide to set your rifle up differently than me, well, hey, guess what? We have options for a reason, and options are great. I'm just saying, I want to set my guns up the way that I want them set up, for the reasons that I want them set up the way that I want them set up. And I have actually thought through all of this, versus just looking at somebody else's setup and wanting to clone it. Because I'm thinking, what if irons are easy? They take up, frankly, more space than they probably should, but they're lightweight, they're easy, they're simple, they're super durable. And so I'm sticking with that for me. But I also understand if you have a super short gun and you want to take some shit off because you want to put other shit on and you don't have enough room for irons, and you make that call, well, you get to make that call, because this is America.
I took the irons off of the high point carbine because, one, the irons on high point carbine.
Okay, but that's also a high point carbine.
It looks way better without them. And three,
you took the front side off. You neutered it.
No.
I mean, I will say,
amazing the way I did it.
I will say, I think that's like taking the front side off of a Kel-Tec Sub 2000. It just ruins the look.
Dude, Kel-Tec Sub 2000 ruins the look of a
looks like a Canadian.
Says the guy talking about a high point carbine.
Listen,
love high point, but they've never won any beauty pageants. Okay, I'm saying.
not gonna lie, I'm falling in love with the high point carbine. There's a quote in How I Met Your Mother about women, how they either are a manatee or a walrus, and it's when they start turning, or a manatee or a dolphin is when they start turning into a pretty dolphin, you have to be concerned. And yeah, the carbine was a manatee, and it has quickly become a dolphin to me. I love that thing. It's cool.
So we know a lot about your standards. So Sam, why are we wrong?
Yes, well,
now that we're finally
apologies,
way
Sam.
far into the show, it is now AK time, losers. Because you know what gun has a QD mount already on the side with iron sights that you don't have to worry about adding or taking away? Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
fuck you.
fucking
You don't
call
even
yourself
have a
AK.
rear iron sight, so go fuck yourself.
Well, that's because this is the Texas weapon.
My statement stands.
And because actually I can totally rock and roll just by using the 2 hinge points as a rear sight.
Oh,
can.
yeah, you can
You
with
can
your
do that.
laser that's in the way that would make it where
on a
you
QD.
can't see.
Lasers on a QD.
He's also got the back of the
But
laser
it's also
painted
zip
just
tied
like his
in.
front. He's got the back of his laser
no,
painted just like his front sight, so that
You
he just lines
take
up the
frame-
laser with his target. And
You take the plug out the back of the laser and you off it comes. The point being, I'm still not sold on Texas weapons on the rail. It is nice to be able to fold your stock like you're supposed to, but at the same time, it's not critical. I still am a firm Clayco on who does a lot of AK, probably one of the bigger AK channels now on YouTube.
Yeah.
He did a poll recently asking people what's the best optic mounting solution on an AK, and the overwhelming majority still said side rail, which is just fucking true. I can't get around it. I've been playing with the Texas weapon system. I mean, the Midwest one would be different because the Midwest rails, similar to the Zeneco ones, do not replace your rear iron sight. So your rear iron sight remains intact. I'm still sold on it's side rail for me. Once I'm finished with this, this optic stack or whatever optic stack goes back on this gun will be going on a side rail again. But there's your whole argument boiled down to gun can have all 3.
do you? I mean,
All 4.
you're right. It could.
I mean, in this case, yes, there are 4 methods of aiming this gun. 5 if you include shining the white light at somebody at really close.
Let's talk about
which seems really ridiculous.
the
How many ways do you need to aim your gun? Well, at least
all of them.
The AK dust cover rails. I've heard lots of people swear by them. I've heard lots of people.
If we're talking the cheapo ones that just replace your standard, it's the same old stamped sheet metal dust cover, and it just has a freaking pick rail on top. Those will not hold 0 because there's no other additional points of contact. The Texas weapon system ones are hinged at the front, so to get your up front hinge, it has an additional point of contact at the ass end of it with a folding tab that kind of locks and tight against your receiver. And the rear of your recoil spring assembly is entirely different. So it gives it a third kind of point of contact in the rear. And then you have to do a weird little twice rack.
And it does take a lot more to pull that thing up.
Yes. But what I can
say
say is
top cover.
It's been solid enough for me. And the only times I've had people, or I've read of people really having issues with this, a lot of it seems to be down to install. The Midwest and Zeneco ones index not only off the rear, but they have arms that come up underneath the handguard. So I think it's a better solution overall. But no, I'm still team side rail when it comes to my AK optics. So
I like the side rail. It's the only option I've done so far, but I like it.
I don't like ultimate gas rails. I mean, they're fine, but it gets hot as fuck.
Yeah, I was gonna mention the gas rail ones, and not to mention, I actually didn't even think about the heat. I was gonna say that the dot seems like it'd be really far down the rail for me, or really down.
That's not an issue.
That doesn't bother me. It would make things worse if you wanted to throw a magnifier on.
Oh, then you're screwed.
Because that wouldn't fucking work. But as far as the dot I mean, I push my dots on my ARs to the very end of the upper receiver rail and get them as far away as I can from my eye because of all the body housing and shit.
There was a very brief, and I'm glad it never caught on. There's a I remember a very brief spat back in, say, probably 2013, 2014, where guys were trying to mount their red dots at the very last slot on an AR handguard.
Like the one closest to their eye?
As far forward to the muzzle as they could get it.
Oh.
Because the idea being that it was easier at that point to shoot with bull's eyes open because you're like a shotgun beat almost. I'm so glad I
No.
didn't catch on because I don't care if it is more practical. It
No.
looked dumb as fuck.
It looks dumb, and you're just putting more weight out
Oh.
towards the end, and you're
Daniel
already
Defense.
going to be putting other weight towards the end, like a light and a lamb and other shit.
You Daniel Defense it. You put your red dot on the end, and right below it is your vertical foregrip.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you mean
Oh Lord.
He vanished
That-
off the camera really fast. He got really excited by something.
like this?
Yeah.
Why is hand grip so far forward?
Because Daniel Defense thinks that that's where it should be. This is a Daniel rifle. I did not do this. This is how it came out of box minus optic.
You haven't fixed it yet?
What the if you tried to
Is
shoot that at full at
not
full
to
buttstock
be- is-
extension, you'd be like,
Oh, yeah, it's
that's just halfway. That looks awful. That has to feel awful.
it does. Because Daniel Defense is retarded when they do this shit. They should just leave the vertical grip off of the gun entirely. Just throw it in the box and let you put it where you want to put it. And if you don't want it, you don't have to put it on there. It would make way the fuck more sense.
It's like the same reason that A2 bird cages come on everything.
'Cause
Yeah.
they work really well, actually.
I mean, A2s are better than this.
I mean, yeah. All right, fair. But dude, Daniel Defense thinks so much of themselves that, of course, look, we put the grip in the proper spot even for you. And most people that buy a Daniel Defense it'll never occur to them that they can move the grip to somewhere more comfortable.
Yes, again, which is why they should just put it in the box as a
Right.
separate thing.
Let you
Like
figure
the
it out
magazine,
yourself.
the magazine doesn't come in the mag well. You got to
Right.
put that in yourself. Just throw the grip in too. I also hate Daniel Defense's furniture. I hate their grip. I hate their stock.
I hate
I hate their proprietary fucking handguard.
I hate their face. I hate their arrogance.
I hate their Hudson
they're-
or their Daniel H9. But that's-
Everyone
They're
hates the
quad rail.
H9.
Well,
Daniel Defense, the only good thing Daniel Defense makes, which I'd say Midwest is what I'd probably buy these days, but the quad rails,
Okay.
them solid.
say so.
I do
My-
like quad rails.
My
Quad rails.
AR has a Daniel Defense quad rail on it, and the damn thing is
Hmm.
I can fucking beat it. I could beat a horse to death with it.
I know quad rails are a little heavier, but I liked them. I like, M-Lock or whatever it is cool, but it's way better.
M-Lock
than
is
MOE.
cool.
MOE
Key mod
sucks.
is M-Lock is cool. Key mod is just as gay as 40. Rimfire Radio says he loves his H9. I have a Hudson H9 right there. And I've shot the Hudson and the Daniel H9 side by side. Hudson is way the fuck better. And Dangerous Freedom has a video about that because that's why I took that gun out to the range so we could both shoot it for his review. Hudson's better.
You just got your pee slapped in Fire Radio.
Also, you're talking about a center fire when you're a rimfire chat. Just say, or rimfire
Get outta here,
podcast.
sir.
Just say it.
It's our territory.
Maybe you should stick to the rim jobs.
Oh, I think with
Rimfire
that,
Radio, also on the Firearms Radio Network. I think they go live on Wednesdays.
yes.
So make sure you go in there and pull some like centerfire supremacy on them.
Indubitably.
Like this is centerfire master race.
Also,
Rimfire
frankly,
Lineage.
we can all admit rimfires are cool as shit, and they know way the fuck more about them than I do. I have about as many rimfires as I do shotguns because it's not really my jam. So if you want somebody whose tism is the fun rimfire stuff, those are the guys.
Who tried to come in here last week and be like, why don't they make a rimfire AK? Well, bitch, they do.
Speaking of rimfire, the fact when you
I tried.
when you brought out your 1522 our last range trip, and I was shooting it at the targets, and it wasn't doing anything when I pulled the trigger. That was disconcerting.
It was doing something. It just wasn't.
You didn't.
It wasn't affecting you.
Right. I was like, why isn't it doing anything?
That's what Mike's girlfriend thought one time.
Yeah. You think just one time? Wow, you're
the gun. To be clear, the gun worked and bullets went down range.
It just the dot didn't move whatsoever for me. It was like shooting a nail gun. It was weird.
Yeah. I mean,
I like
my staple gun has more recoil than that thing does.
Yeah, when you could chunk the staple gun and you're like, oh, damn.
Yeah. No, you're right. And I fucking love the shit out of that gun, and I want to buy one of the new versions. Sorry, we're taking over the Rimfire Radio podcast because I want to talk about this.
It's our podcast.
Our podcast.
Our podcast.
Look at me. Look at me. It's my podcast now.
We are Rimfire Radio now.
Wait, that means it's our rim job now. Uh-oh.
But no, I love that gun. It's a California model. So California has that gun registered to my name with that serial number at an apartment that I haven't lived in about a fucking decade, or maybe over a decade at this point. So, but I love that.
Come
fucking
looking
gun.
for it. Yeah, it's dope, dude. I
hope they don't, because I'm sure the people that live in that apartment now are probably anti-gun normal Californians, and I really don't want California's cops kicking down the door looking for a gun that's not even in that state anymore.
Yeah, valid.
Yeah.
You're right. We don't want to harm innocent people for no reason.
Or innocent dogs more.
Oh.
So that would be even worse.
Oh shit, hide Fido.
So I have to round out tonight everyone's favorite gum guzzler on YouTube.
You are slow rolling the fuck out of this one.
The king of Coomers himself posted on Instagram, Grand Thumb, about his PSA 5.56 crank converted to full auto has surpassed 21,000 rounds, according to him.
Okay.
I hope it's true. That's all I have to say. And then the comments are just full of absolute just either PSA is the best or you're lying. They pan-picked one for you, blah, 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 blah. It's great.
But is that not the internet comment section in literally everywhere?
Yes, and it's worse because it's probably infected by Reddit.
Gross.
Reddit has a real hard-on for. That's why our website used to say if you come here from Reddit, you can fucking leave. Because when it comes to gun stuff and Reddit, it's stuff. Reddit is a fucking cesspool. But
Reddit is only good for porn. Let's be honest.
Sample size of one, but I just thought it was interesting that this sample size of one apparently has cranked 21,000 rounds on full auto.
I like how you just caressed that gun with your mouse.
Oh yeah,
you noticed that, did you?
Yeah. Hey, it's a beautiful gun.
It is.
Kind of wish. Yeah, I mean, I've got mine all.
Internet,
I've got mine all.
It with pixels.
I mean, I can go upstairs and caress mine to make myself feel better. Mine's, his is a little more nice early 2000s setup with the old Cobra red dot on top, which was all over a lot of video games, but in real life is not all that great. But I still wish I had one. So I thought that was fun.
That is pretty cool.
If any of you out there are somehow a secret closeted billionaire, please sponsor our ammo, so that we may push our guns to 21,000 rounds without going bankrupt. That would be great.
That'd be really super neato.
Yes, I would love ammo sponsor because I need to buy more ammo right now, and my wallet is already cringing and hiding in the corner.
We
I'll
get ammo.
only ask for 5.56. I'll make my own 9mm for
No.
now.
We ask for ammo sponsor. They only give us 22 long rifle. We then have to barter with rimfire radio guys to be like, all right, how many rounds of 22 long rifle do
Hey, if this was 2013, we could get fucking thousands of rounds of 5.56 and 7.62 by 39 for like 200 rounds of 22.
no low balls? We know what we got. But no,
Indubitably.
I think that'll just wrap us up tonight after we talked about Krav Maga and iron sights, and we made fun of our compatriots, our comrades on the other radio show. Poor guys.
It's okay. They'll just make fun of us tomorrow night when they do their show.
They
Yeah.
will, but hey, go check them out. They are also
And you know
on the
what?
Orange Radio Network.
We deserve it.
Oh, we more than deserve it.
Hmm.
We are the somewhat slow, definitely disowned bastard children of Sean Heron, who owns the Firearms Radio Network, who only gives us these kinds of opportunities because it's like a Make-A-Wish Foundation thing,
Yeah.
where he's like, "Oh, here I've got this derelict show. I'll give it to these guys so they can feel good about themselves."
Yay!
Pretty
Thanks,
much.
Sean.
To be fair, I was a bastard from the day I was born, so it's fine.
Oh, that's one of my favorite insults from any movie. It's I think it's out of the 1960s. It's got Lee Marvin in it and Burt Lancaster. It's called The Professionals.
Oh yeah.
That's a fucking awesome movie. First time I watched it, I got it off the bookmobile because, like, oh, it's a Western. And I was probably a teenager at the time. I was like, well, this is great. But at the very end, the antagonist is like, "You bastard." And Lee Marvin goes, "Yes, sir. In my case, an accident of birth. You, sir, are a self-made man." Then he gets on his horse and he rides away.
Nice. Also, no, we didn't inherit herpes from Sean. We gave it to him.
Beat me to it.
There's little towels in the bathroom that say herpes and his piece.
Y'all want to go get
Your microphone's cutting out. You're too high pitched.
Don't forget to bring a towel.
Okay, well, speaking of bringing a towel, bring one over to AK47radio.net. There you can find the link to our Discord channel. Discord's cool. Come in there, chat about dumb guns. Tell us we're stupid. We'll call you stupid back, and then I'll ban you to the gulag, and it'll give me a total power trip.
This is what he uses to please himself.
Not a towel, that's for sure.
No.
Well, I mean, that towel does have a mouth, so.
Okay. Where does that mouth go?
I don't need to know.
So anyway, leave us a review, like, comment, subscribe, join the Discord, go to our website, all the things. I'm trying to make a segue here.
Hey, Tally, what that mouth do?
It's fourth dimensional.
Like for real? Where's it go?
Take your arms, your armo, all your cool shit out in the field. Don't just be some twerp that sits in his basement and never does anything in real life, because if you do, when the Russians actually do come, you're gonna fucking die. And me, I'll sell you out because they'll offer me free guns. I don't want to feel bad about it.
Your new name is Judas. That's also your new job title.
That'll work. Have a good one, folks. Good night. Thank you for sticking around for our absolute insane stupidity.
До свидания, comrades.
Towel
Let's do
hole.
science.
Nice one, Dusky. Good night.
Good Nacht.